You don't make an object invisible. You create an optical interface of a boundary in space in a concentrated volume within that visual reality. You make space invisible at the boundary of the space that the object rests in. What that means is that for something like this, I call this a light interface. It's a 3D illustrated photoshopped model, but this shows how a concentrated volume could could make this space invisible, the space that the object's taken up, and the object could be anything. It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be an animal, it could be a house or a tree or whatever. Just anything within this boundary of space. Its intersection is concentrated in a smaller volume. You're concentrating space, not the object, but the space that the object is resting in. And it's a subtle insight, but I believe it's right. You're making the space invisible. You're pixelizing and you're making space invisible. The visual part of our reality. Unnecessarily intangible, but invisible for now. And I also sort of liken this to as an object recedes into the distance, it becomes a point before it finally becomes invisible. This concentrated volume is space receding into a core, into a distance, and it's allowing more space, just like an object receding into space allows more of a field of view to make it appear to vanish. This allows more of a concentrated volume of space to be encapsulated in this boundary. And but you can do something with this. You can build portals, televisual portals. You can and the inverse, the inside of a concentrated volume of reality. You have the holodeck. You have the holographic nature of reality inside the interface, the intersection, at the intersection, and that's all the holodeck is. And well, that's all the holodeck and the cloaking holodeck the cloaking interface and the holodeck interface is. One's connected to the outside of the object, the orb or the portal, and one is connected to its own computer or televised. That's where the word televisual comes from, and it could be televised between two different places in our world. And you would necessarily have to have a secondary holodeck interface for telepresence to once your self is illuminated inside this holodeck by the chosen environment, and that is sensed at the opposite wall and brought back into form into this empty chamber, which is nothing but light, and then that is transmitted over to the other holodeck where the other person waits to see your virtual form. And shows the cloak illuminates the holodeck. The person in the holodeck, their image is cast into this negative holodeck that prepares them for transmission into the positive holodeck, the original holodeck of the other person. But with the concentration of volumes and the inverse relationship between invisibility and holography in this sense. The next step is televisual, not just making an object invisible, but making it televisual, a televisual portal. Thanks for watching.